6ix9ine guilty and to be released on January of 2020. For In the News TV Daily, 6ix9ine has hit the lottery once again. So today, the people that he snitched on was found guilty. Find out how this will help 6ix9ine get out in the next few months. Plus, we have exclusive footage of 6ix9ine spotting 6ix9ine in New York. I say spotting with some quotation marks. And we have the inside scoop on what happened during the trial of his accusers who took $600,000 worth of jewelry from 6ix9ine. We got some good information here. Now, thanks for liking the video and pressing the subscribe button. And if you hit me on the comments below, I'll definitely reply quicker than what you would do if you were to hit me on social media. I have so many messages and comments, but if you hit me down below, I definitely read them and I will reply if you guys are talking about something or if you're speaking about something valid. Now let's get into the news.
I'm in the news with it.
Now, for the Atlanta rapper, 2 had the time today while in New York City. He was actually in the city of the King of New York, quote unquote, 6ix9ine. Now, the rapper went to his social media and said that he had news that 6ix9ine had gotten out that nobody heard about. Now, the rapper posted this to his page. He said he was in New York City and had just ran into 6ix9ine. Chain said he had just ran into him and he said, "Do not put your hands on him, roll it."
And ran into him right here too. Y'all ain't gonna put 6ix9ine.
Now, 6ix9ine is definitely checking his list and he's checking it twice. The same rappers who had something to say about him while he's currently locked up, I can almost guarantee that he will say something once he's released and it's gonna heat up. Now, my question is, when will the rapper have time to reply when he gets out? Now, how do you feel about this? Do you think 2 is taking his time out to speak about 6ix9ine? Do you think he's doing it for the clout? Or do you think it was just funny? Let me know in the comments. Now, so today is the day that everyone has been waiting on for the final verdict in Harv and Nuke's case. Now, if you guys have been under the rock, I'll explain who these 2 guys are. These 2 guys were accused of taking $600,000 worth of jewelry from 6ix9ine in July of 2018. And 6ix9ine accused the pair of being a part of a ring for the 9 trays. Now, during a 3-day testimony that everyone heard about, 6ix9ine explained how Harv ran up on him and his driver and ultimately took all of his jewelry from his baby mama's house in Brooklyn. Now, for you guys who don't know, the driver actually recorded everything from inside the Jeep in that morning. Of course, the driver was a government informant, so that was the reason that he was recording. Now, during the 2-day deliberation, the first day the jury couldn't come back with a decision, but on the second day they found they found Harv guilty of the event that 6ix9ine testified against him for. Again, Harv was found guilty. Now, this is great news for 6ix9ine and all of the 6ix9ine's fans. Now, this situation was definitely the missing piece to get 6ix9ine towards freedom. Now, just yesterday, we reported that the defense of Harv was making it a point or trying to insinuate that 6ix9ine wasn't telling the truth and that he made the whole situation up for clout, album sales, and just to cover his tail when the feds came knocking. Because if you guys haven't watched the Breakfast Club interview, 6ix9ine definitely knew that the feds were coming knocking. He just didn't know when. He said that they were parked outside of his apartment in Brooklyn and it was just a matter of time that they was coming to lock him up. So he said that he did that situation, or Harv's lawyers are saying he did the situation just to cover himself in case they came knocking down and locking him up. Now, I did think that the points that Harv's attorneys and the staff were making were definitely valid points. I thought it was enough to make the jury believe that 6ix9ine wasn't telling the truth, but nope. They definitely found Harv guilty. Now, according to my sources, I'm being told that this actual charge is around 15 to 25 years, and it really depends on the circumstances. Now, looking back on his 2 lawyers, his defense wasn't all too that strong. Now, so the judge read out the outcomes for the 2 men. Now, count 1 on Mac, also known as Nuke. So when I'm saying Mac, he was found guilty. He was found guilty on count 1, count 2, and count 3, he was found not guilty. Count 5, he was found guilty of $150 someone across their face in Brooklyn. And count 6 and 7, he was found not guilty of having a strap. So what do these 2 guilty outcomes mean to Tekashi 6ix9ine? This means that the government actually benefited from 6ix9ine and snitching on his old friend. So basically, all of the people that were locked up with 6ix9ine has either pled guilty to all of the charges or the actual final 2, that was Harv and Nuke. They took it to trial, but they were found guilty. So this means 6ix9ine is actually a great witness. He can tell the story great and he's definitely believable to the jury. And now, ultimately, according to the feds, he definitely took off some bad people off the streets. So they're going to reward him and they're going to pay him back. And they're definitely looking to pay him back with a huge decline in his plea sentence. So basically, this means if 6ix9ine didn't tell on Harv or Nuke, that those two could have actually walked free from the case. They really didn't have too much on them because the only thing they was really found guilty on was actually taking 6ix9ine, or at least Harv. So time served is definitely something that's looking promising for the Brooklyn rapper 6ix9ine. Now, one thing about this is, why would Harv and Nuke actually take the charges to trial for a Fed case? Now, some say Nuke and Harv actually want to stand tall and look 6ix9ine in his face while he testified. Now, some others said that it was the best way for, if they knew they were going to be guilty or found guilty, it would be a best way for them to get a pill on the Fed case. You know, when it comes to trial, if they took it to trial, now if they pled guilty, it will be harder to get that appeal turned over and lesser time and things like that. Now, I wonder what the Feds was actually offering it to when it started off for Harv and Nuke, because you got to think, Shotty only got 15 years. I wonder what they actually offered Harv. Maybe it was like 10 years, maybe a little bit more. I would have took that over 15 to 20 years that you definitely have to do. Now, he's probably going to have to serve around 20 years plus. I'm talking about Harv. Now, what makes this case is so odd is the feds didn't even find Harv guilty on the straps charges. They only found him guilty on taking 6ix9ine in his jury. So if he didn't tell 6ix9ine, I'm talking about Harv, would have got a significantly lesser time. Now, after the verdict was announced in court, a blonde, a big middle-aged lady that was a juror said she wasn't starstruck by 6ix9ine. Now, the lady explains that she never heard of his music before, but she did indeed state that his music was interesting, but not her cup of tea. This is what the jury lady had to tell to the Post. She also added that she preferred the band by the name of Green Day. Now, the juror also said that she thought the rainbow hair rapper was very interested. And in a nutshell, she was just saying that, you know, Tekashi is Tekashi, meaning that he was a special individual. Now, during 6ix9ine time on the stand, the people on social media either liked that he was telling, and some people disagreed. Now, I know you guys in the comments were either liking it or disagreeing. Now, Harv's lawyer actually spoke after the verdict and said on how they could find Harv not guilty for using a strap on 6ix9ine with his jury being taken, but they could actually find him guilty on just taking 6ix9ine physically. Now, Harv's official sentencing date will be February 26th, while the Rainbow Kid from Brooklyn, we will know how long he'll have to do or if he gets time served officially on January 24th of 2020. Now, here's the screenshot of the official paperwork, you know, or the schedule for 6ix9ine and Harv. Okay, for you guys that actually seen the video yesterday, it did seem like 6ix9ine was going to get 47 years just because the fact that Harv's defense made it seem like 6ix9ine was telling a lie, like he wasn't telling the truth, because they were saying that he was doing the video just to get the streams. Now, if you guys know 6ix9ine, if you just paid attention to 6ix9ine last year, he was doing everything for the views. He was talking about beefs, he was pulling up to people's cribs, he was putting 30 packs on people's head, all for social media. So I didn't put it past him that he actually set that, you know, that jury taking, that he actually set it up. It didn't make sense. And then he was saying that he didn't know the address to his best friend, which didn't make sense. I think his defense lawyer, I'm talking about Harv's defense lawyer, should have did a better job of actually making that a key point, because it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you have a best friend and you don't know where he lives and you're calling, he's not picking up. Why would you even leave the house if that person's not actually picking up the phone? So yeah, it looked like he was gonna do 47 if he was found not guilty. That's what I was saying. Harv and Nuke, if they was not guilty, then it looks like 6ix9ine didn't help enough to actually make them become guilty. But it looks like they found them guilty, so it looks like 6ix9ine definitely will get out earlier than 47 years. I'm not saying it's gonna be time served, but more than likely it'll be time served, because that's the narrative that 6ix9ine and his counsel is talking about. So it'll probably be less than 7 years, but then again, it might be more than 7 years. It really depends what the feds, they don't play. He did plead guilty, he did testify on a lot of people, so he will get out sooner than later, but he's saying that he's not going to go to the witness protection. So we'll definitely hear about 6ix9ine right after January. I can see it now, I can envision it now. January 2020, 6ix9ine gets out, he goes on social media, and he addresses the issues to the live, and that live video has over 100,000 people on. He's talking his stuff, and at the end of the live, he calls out your favorite rapper. What do you guys think? Do you think that'll happen? If you think it will happen, who do you think he's gonna call out first? Comment below. Now, the biggest question that lingers around until January of 2020 is how long will 6ix9ine get sentenced for? Will he get time served? Or will the feds make an example out of Danny and give him 7 years plus? Now, vote at the top right of this video. It'll be at the top. It'll come across the screen while I'm talking. And let me know what you think. I'm in the news with it. I'll catch you on the next one. But let's catch up in the comments below. If you talk, I'll talk back. Make sure you thumbs up the video. And Make sure you vote and let me know. Do you think 2 Chainz is doing too much to be an older rapper? 2 Chainz is almost 40 plus and Tekashi is 23 years old. So make sure you vote at the top right.